The cat back here, this is a mystery. He's kind of just made himself at home, so I'm not going to bother him. So he's just going to be there. My name's Jaron Pierce. I'm 18 years old, and I just moved out to LA to pursue a career in film. My journey starts back in Van Wert, just a small town in Ohio. Back in August of 2022, I just got back from Ohio University orientation, and I was having a lot of back and forth, contemplating whether or not I should even go to school. So I texted a family friend who works at Universal, and just wanted to call and talk to him about things I should get involved in and whether or not film school would be worth it for me. And as we're talking, he offers for me to move out to LA, take a gap year, and basically learn hands-on about the industry. Mind you, this is 2 weeks from when I was supposed to move in at Ohio University. So now not only am I having contemplations about going to school and what I want to do with the rest of my life, I now have to decide if I want to move across the country. So after sleeping on it and thinking about it for a while, I decided that I am going to take the gap year and make the move. So I asked him what all I needed to do to be prepared to move out. So if you're wanting to move out to LA, this is what I did. I had at least $6,000 in savings, which gave me time to find a part-time job and not be scared about going broke, and having a reliable car, which my car at the time didn't have AC. The engine light would come on randomly, and it just had a lot of problems and was going to cost more to fix it than just getting a new car. And with all of that, I also had to watch a series of videos and had to read a few books before I even moved out here just to get a base idea of what the industry was going to be like. So now I have this checklist of things, but at the time I only had like 400 in my bank account, and I was working a summer job. So I needed to find a new one so that if I wanted to save up the 6,000, I could. So I started looking around for work, and my friend actually offered me this job at a shop that was moving warehouses and would offer $15 an hour for anybody that was willing to come help. So I took the job, and it was really awesome at first, actually, but then it got super mundane and super repetitive of working this 9 to 5 and working in a warehouse that it really pushed me harder to save the money and to get out, because that is definitely not something I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So around late December of 2022, I started to actually look at my money a lot better because I was an awful saver. I could not save anything to save my life. So I decided to stop hanging out with friends, which, as hard as it was, I knew that I needed to pick up a second job and more hours to save up the money that I needed to move. But luckily, my sister-in-law was a manager at a bar and helped me get a job there to pick up some more hours. So at this point, I'm now working 8 to 4 Monday through Friday, and then part-time any day that I could, picking up more hours at a bar, which was a lot at the time. So January rolls around and everything's finally falling into place. I'm saving up the money that I need to. I'm working as much as I can and staying busy. But then the unthinkable kind of happened. I lost my job. I got laid off. Instead of just freaking out and panicking and deciding not to move, I just decided to find another job and pick up more hours at the bar. So now, a month before I'm supposed to move, I'm working 45 hours at a bar, and I picked up a second job at McDonald's and worked about 30 to 35 hours on the weekends, which, looking back, was kind of insane. I was waking up at 3:30 in the morning, being to work at McDonald's by 4, working till 12, and then going home, changing, and then going straight to work at the bar till about 9 to 10 at night. It really just depended. And also at this point, I still hadn't found a new car. And if you're like me, your parents didn't teach you about how car loans and interest rates and credit worked. But I had to figure it all out real time and really fast because I was moving in about a month. And after going to a bunch of different car lots, Tom All, actually, shout out Tom All, they worked with me really well and helped me find the car that I have now. Because honestly, without them, I don't think good old Sherbert, the Ford Fiesta, would have made it across the country. But it is funny to look back that I was freaking about car loans and interest rates while all of my friends were like a semester deep into college and just worrying about partying and if they could wake up at 9 a.m. the next morning or if they were going to skip class. It was just crazy to think about that we were kind of living two opposite lives. And it also showed me how much teenagers and how much high schoolers are kind of just sheltered and in this bubble, even through college and into the a real adult life that everybody calls it. But somehow I kept my head on straight and I did it. I made the money that I needed to make and I got the car that I needed to get. It was just a good, reliable car. It wasn't anything too crazy. And now it was time to hit the road. So if you guys want to hear about the drive and my first week out here in LA, you're just going to have to stay tuned. And I'm also doing this just to keep myself updated and kind of do like a daily thing to where I document my days and what I'm up to and the things and people that I've met. So if you guys want to stay updated, keep watching.